Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll be finding out about the choral groups putting on a showcase coming up here in just a little bit. My guests there are Laura Mixon and Diane Orlovsky, the directors of the groups that are going to be here performing. And thanks for you both for joining me here today.
Pleasure.
And as I mentioned, the choral groups showing off what they have to perform for this community. Tell us a little about what's going on.
Well, this is our spring choral showcase, so the students will be showcasing the choral literature that we've been working on this semester, and so it'll just be a fun night of choral music featuring 20th and 21st century composers.
Okay, so something a little more modern for people out there. And so now, talk a little about, there's multiple groups involved with this. So tell us about the groups itself that are going to be performing in this performance.
Okay. Collegiate Singers is the largest vocal ensemble. It's a non-auditioned ensemble, and that is the group that I direct. And this group is for any student that just enjoys singing. They can come and be a part of Collegiate Singers. And so that's my group. And then we have Concert Chorale and Frequency, which Diane directs.
And so an opportunity to hear what the Voices of Troy have to offer here. And I know this is you build up to this all semester, working up to this big show. Talk a little bit about, I guess, what goes into putting this together. How long does it take for you to get a show like this together?
Well, we do something that's, unique to us. Every term we get sort of a new crop of students. So we have to very quickly get to know them. And we've been working on this literature since about the middle of January. So it's not been all that long. And for us to put forth a big concert like this, it's quite an undertaking. But it's something that they really love doing, and we like doing it combined. I think it gives a nice flavor. We've worked it out so that her groups sing a couple numbers and then ours, and then back and forth.
And now, do you have any intermingling of the groups? Are there any members that are in different groups?
We have some members that are in all three groups.
Okay.
And so they are busy. They're running around. But we're trying to make this as seamless and as easy for them as possible. But they enjoy it.
And that's one of the reasons why for this concert, it will be Tuesday night, March 27th, at First Baptist. And First Baptist is such a lovely space because we actually are able to accommodate that, have a place for each group, and it's sort of seamless and moves, and we have lots of room and for the audience and for the singers as well.
And you mentioned there performing at First Baptist. I know a lot of times when you do your choral performances, Diane, you're here a lot talking about these group performances, but you do them off campus and in church facilities. And obviously I would think that's there's probably a little bit of purpose behind that you've got a good place to be able to sing that's intended to be sung in, right?
Exactly. So we don't have to fight with acoustics. We have seating for as many people as we think we're going to need, and the churches are very accommodating. I think that people like to come to different venues. I think it kind of we keep changing it up a little bit.
And of course, I would think that you also get a little more community outreach. You get to the, outside the bounds of the university, you get a chance for people that may not see you to put some eyes on you.
Yeah, they're a little more familiar, and many of the churches advertise in their church bulletins that we're coming, and I just think it's a really cool way to connect.
Exactly, and for the students as well. So many students live on campus. They're not out and about through the community, so this is a great way for them to meet new people and see the different venues that Troy has to offer.
And of course, you talked about the music earlier, that you're looking at 20th and 21st century music. Modern choral music, I don't think we've actually done a lot of talk about modern choral music. Why choose something modern?
Well, it's just something different. Most people, and a lot of the community members in Troy, they are familiar with certain choral literature, the standards, so to say. So this is an opportunity for them to come out and hear something new, something fresh, something different. Maybe a little palate cleanser, you could say, just to hear something that they may otherwise not have heard.
And I just love music that sets really lovely poetry. And the poetry we've chosen that's set to music is really some, like E.E. Cummings and some of the things, Sarah Teasdale, poetry, Robert Bode, that is just really, the words are just beautiful, and then breathtaking music on top of that. And we're actually premiering 2 numbers that have never been heard before. One is called It Is Enough by Tracy Mendel. She's on faculty at the School of Music. And the other is written by a graduate student, Xavier Robertson, and it's a setting of a Wendell Berry poem, and he's called it That Blessed Light.
So an opportunity to hear some music that's never been performed
Right.
before. So that would be enough in and of itself to check out the concert, if not just listening to some great voices singing some great music.
Yeah,
So once again, for anybody out there, when and where can they see it?
It'll be Tuesday, March 27th at First Baptist Church, and it starts at 7:30 p.m.
All right, and admission?
It's free.
Free?
We're always,
So there you go.
know us.
Yes.
Free.
I've got to ask, maybe someday you want to slide a little dollar
Fly
or two.
the doors open and just come on.
So anyone get a chance to see some a free show, and it sounds like obviously a pretty good show. So
Yeah, I
thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.